If your legs feel heavy, swollen, or unusually tired by the afternoon, especially after the age of 70, most people are told the same simple explanation. This is aging. This is normal. This is what happens to the body over time. But after observing the human body for many decades, I can tell you something important. What you are experiencing is not simply age. In fact, many older people are surprised when they finally understand what is really happening inside their legs, explained in a calm and honest way. For a long time, people are led to believe that leg discomfort always starts with the heart, or that it is only about clogged arteries. Those things can matter, yes, but in many cases, they are not the main reason your legs feel heavy, tight, or swollen by the end of the day. The true cause is often much quieter, hidden in plain sight. In the lower part of your legs, there is a small group of muscles that most people stop thinking about as they get older. These muscles are not dramatic. They do not burn like large muscles. They do not make you sweat. And because of that, they are often forgotten, yet their role is essential. In traditional understanding of the body, these muscles were described as a second heart for the legs. Not a heart you can hear or feel beating, but a system that works silently every time you move correctly. Each time these muscles gently contract, they help guide blood upward, back toward the heart, working against gravity. When they are active, blood flows smoothly. When they become weak or inactive, blood begins to linger. This is when people start to notice swelling around the ankles, a feeling of pressure in the lower legs, or a deep fatigue that feels different from normal tiredness. Many seniors describe it the same way. They say, "My legs feel full," or they feel heavy like they are filled with sand. This sensation does not appear suddenly. It develops slowly over years as these muscles stop receiving clear signals to work. One of the great misunderstandings is the belief that walking alone is enough to keep the system healthy. Walking is excellent for the body. It supports the heart, the lungs, and general mobility. But after 70, walking does not always send a strong enough signal to these specific muscles, especially if walking has become slower or shorter. This is why some people walk every day and still experience leg discomfort. The muscles responsible for assisting circulation in the lower legs need clear, gentle, repeated activation, not force, not strain, not intensity, clarity. Over the years, both traditional knowledge and modern observation have shown the same pattern. When these muscles are reactivated carefully, circulation often improves, swelling becomes less noticeable. The legs feel lighter and more responsive, not overnight, but steadily. And here is the important part. This does not require standing workouts, it does not require equipment, and it does not require pushing through pain. It begins in a seated position, with a movement so simple that many people ignore it completely. But simplicity is often where the greatest change begins. Before we continue, take a moment to notice your legs right now. Do they feel tight, heavy, or simply tired without a clear reason? Awareness is the first step. Now let me show you the first gentle movement, often used as the foundation for improving leg comfort and circulation in older adults. Sit comfortably in a sturdy chair, place both feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. There is no rush. Keep your posture relaxed. Your breathing calm. Slowly, lift your heels just a little, while keeping the front of your feet on the ground. Then lower your heels back down with control. That is all. This movement gently engages the calf muscles, the very muscles that help guide blood upward. Lift, lower, slowly. As you do this, imagine waking something that has been resting for a long time. There is no need to force it. If you feel any cramping, simply reduce the height of the lift or pause and breathe. Speed is not helpful here. Gentle, controlled motion sends a clearer message to the body. Many older adults begin with just a few repetitions, several times a day, especially during long periods of sitting, watching television, reading, resting. This is not exercise in the traditional sense. It is communication with the body. And when this communication becomes consistent, the body often responds quietly but positively. This gentle activation prepares the legs for what comes next, where we begin restoring natural movement through the joints. Once the calf muscles begin to wake up, the body becomes ready for the next quiet adjustment. Circulation does not move only through muscles, it also depends on how freely the joints allow motion to pass through them. Above the calves sit the ankles and knees. These joints act like gates, When they move gently and regularly, blood flows more easily upward. When they remain stiff for long periods, fluid tends to settle below them. Many older adults spend hours with their ankles barely moving and their knees held in the same position. Television, reading, long meals, or car rides encourage stillness. Stillness is comfortable, but too much stillness teaches the body to slow down circulation. This is why the next movement remains seated. It respects safety, it respects balance, and it restores motion where the body needs it most. Sit comfortably in your chair. Both feet rest flat on the floor. Choose one leg. Slowly slide that foot backward toward the chair, bending the knee. Do not force it. Let the joint guide you. Pause for a brief moment, then slide the foot forward again until the leg is almost straight. The movement is smooth and unhurried. It should feel like guiding a hinge, not testing its limits. As the knee bends and straightens, the muscles around the joint gently contract and relax. This rhythmic motion helps encourage blood to continue its upward journey. Then switch legs and repeat. In daily life, knees are meant to move often, but many people unknowingly reduce this motion with age. Limited knee movement can slow circulation and contribute to stiffness and swelling below the joint. This gentle sliding motion reminds the body of a natural pattern it already understands. If you feel discomfort in the knee, reduce the range of motion. Small movements are enough. There is no benefit in pushing. Breathing should remain calm and natural. Holding the breath creates tension, and tension interferes with circulation. With regular practice, many people notice that the lower legs feel less tight, especially after long periods of sitting. Now, once circulation has been encouraged through the calves, ankles, and knees, the body is ready for something slightly different. Not effort, not challenge, but standing. Standing is a powerful signal to the circulation system. However, confidence matters. This is why support is used. Stand behind a sturdy chair or near a counter. Place your hands lightly on the surface, not gripping, just resting. Your feet remain hip-width apart. Slowly shift your weight slightly onto one leg. You are not lifting the other foot. You are simply allowing the body to feel where the weight is. Then return gently to the center. Shift the weight to the other leg and return again. The movement is subtle, calm, predictable. Think of your weight moving like a pendulum, smooth and steady. In everyday life, this ability to transfer weight is essential. Every step, every turn, every adjustment of stance requires it. When weight transfer becomes hesitant or uneven, circulation slows and stiffness increases. These gentle shifts allow muscles in the legs and hips to contract rhythmically, encouraging blood flow without strain. If at any moment you feel unsteady, make the shift smaller or place more support through your hands. There is no rush. A common mistake is leaning the upper body too far or locking the knees. Keep the movement quiet and controlled. This practice builds confidence as much as it supports circulation. As the body relearns how to share weight smoothly, standing becomes less tiring. Balance feels more reliable. And with that reliability comes the next natural step, one of the most important movements in daily life: standing up from a chair. Many people avoid this movement as it becomes difficult. They sit longer, they stand less. But when standing up is practiced slowly and correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful ways to support circulation and independence. Sit back down in your chair, place your feet slightly behind your knees, flat on the floor, lean forward just enough to bring your weight over your feet, then slowly rise to a standing position. Pause briefly and sit back down with the same calm control. This movement activates the thighs, hips, and calves together. When these muscles work in coordination, they strongly support blood returning upward through the legs. Move slowly, about 3 seconds to stand, even slower to sit. Avoid dropping back into the chair. Control is what keeps the muscles engaged. If your knees feel uncomfortable, use your hands for support or reduce the depth of the movement. This is not about strength, it is about reminding the body how to move as one. With consistent practice, many older adults notice that standing feels easier, legs feel more awake throughout the day, and long periods of sitting become less uncomfortable. This prepares the body for the final movement, where circulation, balance, and strength come together in a single calm pattern. Now the body is ready to bring everything together. At this stage, the calves have been gently reactivated. The ankles and knees have been reminded how to move. Weight transfer has become calmer and more confident. Standing up has begun to feel more natural again. The final movement combines all of these elements into one smooth, practical pattern. Not because it is difficult, but because it mirrors how the body actually moves in daily life. Stand near a chair or counter with your hands resting lightly for safety. Your feet remain hip-width apart. Begin by slowly lifting your heels just a little, feeling the calves engage. Pause briefly, then lower your heels back to the floor with control. From there, bend your knees slightly, as if you were beginning to sit, and then gently straighten again, returning to a tall standing position. The movement flows quietly. Heel lift, lower, gentle bend. Stand tall, there is no rush. This sequence teaches the calves, thighs, and hips to work together in a calm, coordinated way. In everyday life, this coordination is essential. Each time you rise from a chair, step forward, or adjust your stance, these muscles must communicate. When they stop working together, circulation becomes inefficient and discomfort increases. Many circulation issues do not worsen because of disease, but because the body forgets these simple patterns. This movement restores them. Keep the range small at first. There is no need to turn this into a squat. This is not exercise for performance. It is movement for function. Breathe naturally. If you ever feel unsteady, rely more on your hands or reduce the depth of the movement. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Practiced daily, this pattern quietly supports circulation throughout the day. Blood is encouraged to move upward more easily. The legs feel more responsive. Standing and walking require less effort. Many older adults describe a subtle but meaningful change. They say their legs feel lighter, less tight, more dependable. These changes rarely arrive suddenly. They arrive gradually as the body responds to clear, respectful signals. Over time, this support for circulation does more than reduce discomfort. It protects balance, it reduces fear of falling, it preserves independence. These are not small outcomes. They are what allow you to move confidently in your own home, stand up without hesitation, and enjoy daily life without constantly thinking about your legs. Aging does not mean losing control of your body. It means choosing movements that respect where your body is today, while still encouraging it to adapt. Gentle, thoughtful practices like these do not demand effort. They reward patience. When repeated day after day, they help the body remember how to work as a whole. Circulation improves not because you pushed harder, but because you moved more clearly. And clarity is something the body understands at any age. Before we finish, take a moment to reflect. Which sensation affects you the most right now? Heaviness, swelling, or fatigue? Awareness guides progress. If this guidance has been helpful to you, share it with someone who may need it. And if you would like more calm, practical guidance designed specifically for older adults, consider subscribing. What you practice gently today can quietly support your comfort, confidence, and independence for years to come.